Hello everybody, happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday training. I'm excited. Oh my gosh, I think I am officially just now getting over the hangover from Scentsy family reunion, and the struggle is real. It's real. So I am getting into the swing of things. I have lots of fun stuff that I've been planning. I spent last night really sitting down and like plotting. It sounds so cheesy. I wanted to say it, but it sounded so cheesy, so I stopped. But I want to say like I'm blazing my trail, right? And maybe that's really totally insanely cheesy to say, but that's kind of how I feel, right? Like I'm blazing a trail. So I've got my goal. I know you guys each have your own goals, and if you don't yet know what your goal is, then I want you to take some time and really think about it. Take a good 20 minutes, go hide in the bathroom if you need to, whatever you gotta do, right, to get away from the people that you live with. And just kind of give yourself some time to really think about what it is you want out of this business. And for some of you, it may be money. For some of you, it may be, money and you want to promote to a title, whatever that looks like, right? Or I'm just doing this because I want to be able to make my car payment every month. That's how I started out when I made the decision to stop working it as a hobby and start working it as a business. My very first goal was I want to be able to pay my car payment every single month with Scentsy. And so I worked towards that, trying to figure out, okay, so I need to at least have 3 parties. And I'm going to subscribe to Scent of the Month. At that time, that's kind of where I was in our budget. I'm going to subscribe to Scent of the Month because then that way I'll have the supplies and everything I need to kind of use that for marketing. Plus I earn PRV on it, right? So I was really like formulating this plan. And when I got to the point to where I was making that car payment every single month with my Scentsy commission, it was like, yes. And even though I was super excited, I was like, yeah, here we go, right? I was already like, okay, climb that mountain. What's the next mountain, right? So then it was, okay, I want to be able to make my payment on my car and my husband's payment on his car, right? So we have to kind of tweak those things as we go and literally climb and blaze that trail for ourselves, because when we do this business, I talk about it a lot, but we have a why, right? Whether it's to be able to stay home with the kids, whether it's to make those payments, to be able to go on a vacation, to be able to, this last month, what did I use my commission money on? I used it on school clothes, back to school supplies, and bills. So that was something that didn't have to come out of my husband's paycheck, right? So that's the point that I'm getting at. So you need to be able to really sit down and put those things into real perspective. So hopefully today our topic is all about parties. Hopefully that's gonna also help you work that into the goal of what you really are working towards. As we talk about goals, we talk about parties. So one of the parties I really wanted to make sure that we talk about, which you may or may not have seen in some of the other groups or other pages or around the internet, is and during a transition month, we like to have or throw what we like to call these last chance, first glance parties, right? So it's a really great way to be able to still concentrate on your August sales while at the same time getting everybody excited for the new stuff that's coming in September. And I know that that's like a hot topic, right? And I'm sure you guys have seen it. You see people who are like, hey, don't start advertising September stuff yet. You don't want to kill your August sales. Well, just like we do every other month, I mean, everybody's business is everybody's business, right? Everybody's business is unique to how they run it and what they want to do with it. So I don't ever want to put that out there on you guys. So I just want you guys to really know where your business is. And if that's what's working for you, then by all means, start shouting out those September parties, right? Getting those on the books, because if this was any other month besides a transition month, we'd be doing the same thing, right? So I don't really see that it's right or wrong to promote early. I really don't. So I think, again, it all just boils down to you and your business and what works for you. If you're somebody who you're like, August is my month, I want to promote to certified, or I want to hit lead, or I really need that September paycheck to look nice. So I've got some bills coming up that I have to get paid, so I really want to get my sales in. So those are the people you're going to be concentrating really a lot on August, right? You're maybe going to put September on the back burner. Again, just like you would any other month. Just because it's a transition month, people tend to get a little hung up, like, don't share all the new stuff. Share as much as you want. Share when you want, how you want, why you want, okay? There's really no right or wrong way to do it. Like I said, it all comes down to personal preference. You just have to know where your goals are. So line it up with what aligns with your goals. Let me tell you, I have not shared, I technically have shared, because I put a YouTube video out about my SFR experience, but so all the new products are in there, right? But I haven't been actively marketing, oh, this is what's coming for Christmas, or this is, the Jacqui skeleton warmer, which I'm totally buying, by the way. So as much as I'm super excited for that, I haven't done a whole lot of marketing yet, simply because for me and my goal, I really want to work on my August. I want my September paycheck to be where it needs to be, right? This is my full-time business, so this is where I'm really focusing my interest. I'm really focusing on August. Now, does that mean that my customers aren't seeing it in other places? Heck no. They're seeing it all over the place. But you know what? Because I'm still reaching out and still working my business in August and talking to them, they're still reaching out going, oh, and by the way, when does, whichever warmer it is they saw, when does this one come out? When does this one come out? I have to get this one when it comes out, right? So they're getting excited too, and that's okay. So I have fun getting excited with them, but I'm also at the same time reminding them, don't forget, August is transition month, right? So this is the time when you want to stock up. And I've really been talking and sharing on my VIP page and through some text messages and things like that. Some of my favorite scents are going into the Scentsy vault. May I have just a moment of silence for Lucky in Love, White Tea and Cactus, Bonfire Beach. These are scents that I'm truly going to miss, people. Lucky in Love is my scent. I love that scent. So for people like me, this is a very sad time. It's a very sad time. So I'm definitely going to be ordering it, but at the same time, I'm really making sure that my customers know too, hey, these are going. While we're really excited about Jacqui Skellington, these are going now, right? So just really marketing to them and letting them know, for us here in the US, those 6-pack, that's really where I'm pushing those bar sales. So that 6-pack of bars at the $27 price point. So that's really the majority of the text messages I send out. Hey, did you know this month that for $27 you can get a 6-pack? And then I send a little graphic of, these are the scents that are going away. Which 6 do you want me to put in on an order for you? And that's literally how I word it, right? It's not like, hey, do you want to buy? No, it's like, hey, which ones do you want? Right? I'm kind of throwing it out there like a blunt question. But again, that works for me. So you just kind of have to know your customers and know how to talk to them. But the last chance first glance, again, is another way to kind of work that August in, right? So get those August orders, talk about the sale that's going on right now, the things that are going away, and then, and this is how you do it, whether it's a home party, online party, basket party, whatever. Well, basket party is a little different, I guess. But at the end of the party is when I usually will say, now you're going to get a sneak peek. And that's when I kind of show them sneak peeks of the new catalog. I still try, and I don't necessarily give them the whole wham bam thing, right? Because I still want a little bit of mystery, and I still want to be able to have fun in September. So that's just personally what I do. I share the highlights, and the ones that I've been talking about, the fragrance flower. Oh my gosh, you guys, this fragrance flower. I cannot get enough of the fragrance flower. Let me just say, this baby, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. They are $16. We got this at Scentsy Family Reunion. The box it comes in is very small, actually, and the flower is separate, and then this little container, let's say, I don't think it'll drip, but this was filled with liquid. The reason it is not filled with liquid is because it is now all soaked up in through this wick and through the I can't remember what the material is, but it's not like paper, but it's like reed paper. I don't know. I gotta look more about it. Oh, it smells so amazing. But anyway, so the leaves are literally like they're damp. Okay, so this whole thing just smells amazing, and you just keep it in here because of course you don't want it to leak everywhere. Oops, look. Oh, it's so cute. It was like popped over to the side. Look at that, so cute. Anyway, these little guys. So these are supposed to last for 60 days. I honestly think it will last longer than 60, but hey, hello, product tester. It's what I do. It's in my job description, right? So I got to test it out. So I'm going to actually see how long it goes for. I opened this and put it here on my desk when I got home from reunion. So we are, what, 2 weeks? How long has it been? I don't even know anymore. What day it is. So that's kind of where we're at. Still smells amazing. And like I said, I have it here in my office. My office is not huge by any stretch of the imagination. It's not huge. Look, I'll show you. Just don't judge me because I haven't put too much stuff away yet. There's look, 360 view. I'm gonna get dizzy. Okay, so you see, my office is not huge, but at the same time, this fragrance flower fills up the entire office. Like for real. Like I don't even have wax. Well, I do have wax, but it needs to be changed desperately. And I've got 2 warmers up there, the Stargaze and the Mermaid Glass on my bookshelf. I can't smell that wax anymore, but all I smell is Luna in this room, and that's all from this fragrance flower. So amazing. So perfect spots for this product are going to be like bathrooms, the office, right? If you have people who work in an office who couldn't have a warmer or something like that on their desk, like that was my corporate world life. Like I couldn't have had my warmer or even the Scentsy Go. People would be like, right? Very offended by scent in the office space. But something like that, they'd have no clue what it really was, right? You see those little reed diffusers everywhere in office spaces. So that's kind of the same concept. So I think it'll be a really great seller. So that's one of the things that I'm really talking about when I'm sharing the new catalog in that first glance. So you guys can, of course, I will get on here. I don't think I've done it yet, have I? I will get on here. I just uploaded or airdropped all my pictures from reunion. No, I haven't yet. I have not yet. Not that I'm seeing scrolling. So I uploaded, or like I said, airdropped them, whatever, to my Mac. So I will get those, and I'm gonna post up some pictures, but I'm sure you guys have probably seen them in Scented Bliss too. Tracy did a really great job of uploading those photos and videos as she took them. So feel free to use any of those images, okay? You don't have to ask. What is posted is posted. It is there for you. Whether that's Tracy in Scented Bliss, whether that's me here in this group, feel free to use as needed. Okay, I don't watermark any of these images or anything like that, so you're good to go. But I want you guys to be able to use those, again, as you see fit for your business. So that last chance, first glance party, like I said, is a really great way. The first thing you want to do, whether, again, it's online, in person, like I said, the bag party is a little different because usually you aren't leading. I'm looking down here because there's the actual bag party. Sorry. You're probably like, what are you looking at, Jacqui? But the bag party, you're really not leading it. So it's probably a little bit harder to say, oh yeah, and now, here we go. But what I have done for bag parties during a transition month is I've really just focused on the current catalog, you know, and when I send out catalogs, especially in a basket party, I usually put a big Post-it note on the front that says almost everything is 10% off. And then what I do is I just go through very quickly with a highlighter and I highlight the few things that are not 10% off. And the only things that you need to worry about is, for example, the Perfect Scentsy systems. You see the little asterisk? And this is on the product list too. This is on the digital version of the catalog in your workstation if you're looking there. Maybe you don't have a catalog, but you just are looking at the digital version. Anything that has that little asterisk is not 10% off. However, Disney is included. Boom. It's amazing they did that for us. But anyway, so I just take a highlighter and I just highlight those things and say anything that's got a yellow highlight or an orange highlight, that's not 10% off. But look at everything else, right? Everything else is good to go. And so with the basket party, that's kind of how I set those things up. Again, whether it's a product list a catalog or a showcase brochure, whatever that I've thrown in the basket party. And then when I get all their orders, what I've done in the past and what I plan to do for the current basket party I have out now is when I get the orders in, then I'm actually going to, and I'm starting to create a Google Doc. So Google Docs. I hope that makes sense. Google Docs. If not, I can do a training on those. But I'm creating a Google Doc with images and things like that. And so it's literally going to be like my version of these are the very best things that I'm so excited about, right? Like these are my favorite things in the new catalog. And that's what I'm going to email or text them the link, however I'm contacting them at the end of the party. So that way they still have the opportunity to have the first glance, even though it's a bag party. But if I'm doing it in person or if I'm doing it online, especially, like I said, the main focus of the party is what we currently have, and then at the end I save it again for the highlights. This is what I'm looking forward to. Look at what I'm so excited about, because again, you guys, we have to remember, we are simply here to share Scentsy. We're here to share Scentsy. This catalog can sell itself. If people want what's in this catalog, they're gonna go buy it, okay? They just are. They don't technically need me to buy it, do they? They don't. Does my loving personality make a difference? Gosh, I hope so. But the whole point is for me to be able to share my excitement about the products and get them excited too. So that's what you really want to focus on. So that's why, kind of saying, this is what I'm looking forward to, or this looks like it's going to be my favorite new thing, is a really great way to kind of share and highlight some of those new items. Because when you try and tell everybody everything from the catalog, that can be total like information overload. And what happens with information overload, they like glaze over. They're like totally not even listening anymore. And you lose them. Hello, my dear. So we really want to make sure that we're not overflowing with the info, but we're not under sharing as well. Oh, have I done Instagram parties? No. But I will say, you have now started my wheels turning, because I think that would be a really fun way. You could probably do it in like the stories concept. That might be a fun way to share products, right? To share, images or do quick videos in your stories. I think the stories probably would be the better way to do it. But again, no right or wrong way, right? You could put it in your feed. It's just that I don't think that it might have the same like track as like a party would. Like stories, they're gonna hopefully watch like the beginning all the way to the end, right? So you're gonna probably put some things in succession. So that would be a really great way. And you could of course do the same thing with Facebook stories as well, right? Facebook stories as well, because they're the same thing. Great idea. Love it, love it, love it. I'd love it for you to try it too. Let's try it. I love it. Let's try it. We're gonna try that. I like the idea. You know me, I love my Instagram. So we'll have to see how that goes. So those parties are really great. Again, look, ideas just happening. Poof. But a great way to party, right? It doesn't have to be the in-home party, but it's awesome if it can be. Hosting an open house, guys. If you can't find a host, if you don't know a host, if you don't have a host, host it yourself. Hey, come over. Check out and see the stuff that I have in my house. And then again, you don't have to have a showcase, right, of 500 warmers in your home. You're not here to, set up shop and have a business, right? But so even if you only have the warmers that are in your living room or whatever, then all you have to do is just share what you have and then use your catalog. You could pull up Facebook or YouTube or the catalog through your workstation on your computer or your phone or whatever during that open house and show them all the other products that they're looking for. Have your testers out, right? So just because you don't have a whole lot of stuff doesn't mean you can't have a party. And just because you don't have a host doesn't mean you can't have a party. Be your own host. Have fun with it. So some really fun ideas to really kind of get it going. Another fun thing to do, I've seen this idea previously. I had one set up like a few years ago, and I can't remember why it fell through, but it ended up falling through, and I was so bummed because I was so excited to try this concept. But it was definitely targeted towards my moms who had kids going back to school. Anybody else totally excited for back to school? Yeah, totally excited for back to school. It's been a really long summer. So, being able to host a party, right? Like throw it out, you know, and then try and make sure maybe it's, you know, maybe even in the next week or the week after in August, right? Because that's when you probably know the majority of kids are back to school. Mine actually starts back tomorrow. But be able to do that and say, you know, hey, on a Tuesday afternoon at noon, come on over to my house and let's sniff through some of the scents. Or hey, I ordered the transition set for the new Scentsy that's coming. Why don't you come over and sniff it out? And then while they're there sniffing, that's when you can also throw this one up and be like, oh, by the way, before it goes away, 10% off. Right? You got them in the door with the new catalog, but doesn't mean that you can't sell them from the current one. So that might be a really fun way too. Like I said, I was super excited to have that party, and I can't remember what happened, but it did fall through like literally the day before. It was crushed. But it was super exciting because I was really ready to go. I had coffee and tea, and then I had I got like little bottles of Baileys because I was like, oh, maybe some of the moms want to have some Baileys in their coffee kind of thing. Yeah, so it was a really fun way to just kind of celebrate the kids going back to school and the moms being able to be like, oh, finally, right? They're out of the house. So that's a really fun idea for this month as well, if you're really trying to look for something to do. And if you don't want to host it at your house, maybe you don't have the room, or you just don't want people at your house, whatever the case may be, then invite them up to the local coffee shop, right? To the Panera up the street, to the Chick-fil-A, whatever. Hey, come and meet me. Bring the kids, let the kids play, if that's the deal, if they've got younger kids and you do, right? Take them up to Chick-fil-A, let the kids play, and then you guys sit down at the table and, like I said, walk them through the current catalog and then walk them through the new catalog. So there's lots of different ways that you can party that are not necessarily the party that we initially think of, right? When we think of having a party. So just don't be afraid to get creative. Instagram parties is an amazing way to get creative. So there's lots of different ways that you can do it, but the main thing is really to look for ways that you can get those party orders in. And you know, sometimes it just kind of takes tweaking your wording and being able to say, you know, if you get somebody who wants to even just put in a regular order, they don't want to host a party or what have you, then a really great way to do that, maybe they've put in an order and it's like $50 worth of Scentsy. Maybe you can put it into your workstation, create a party for it, send them the link, the party link, right? And say, hey, here's your personal link for a party. So I want you to share this with your friends. If you know anybody who wants to order some Scentsy right now, text them, email it to them, Facebook message it to them, Instagram it to them, right? Whatever. And if you get, you know, 4 or 5 other people, whatever, or you give them the dollar amount, when you get to this, then you can earn free and have a prize. Would you like to do that, right? And just all you're doing is sharing the party link, right? And that sounds really easy for them, right? Because people are sharing links all the time on social media. I don't know if you've noticed, right? Hey, feel free to follow my link and get $5 off your next movie ticket order or something. I don't know. You see them all the time, right? That's my point. So why not do the same thing with Scentsy? You know, send them, create a party link, send it to them. If nothing happens, right? Then you just roll that party into another one, you close it out, whatever you need to do. Add some of your other orders to it, whatever. Create a mystery host party out of it that way. But the whole point is to kind of create a party without having the party. Some might say it's sneaky, some might say it's smart. So I don't know what side of the fence you're on there. But again, it's all about just being creative and really focusing on your goals. What is it that you want for each and every month? Where do you want to be? How much money do you want to make? it's doable, whatever that is. So set those things in motion. We can share some more ideas here on the group page. So if you guys are watching the replay, feel free to shout out those ideas, or maybe some things that have worked for you or you're interested in doing. And until next Tuesday, I love you all. Bye.